Welcome and welcome to this evening special episode. This is Mission and Ministries SYLVESTER, the 1C creator, one crew for that matter, having a very unique, appearance and outlook and sound on the live. This is my greatest presentation to somebody out there. I know you will need us to talk about some of these things that give important notices in business, especially updates who keep the time and minute with you. Now watch and stay tuned to the live. Whilst I'm in the studios designing, why am I coming out with it? I've been trying a little harder than I just want to have it somewhere, even if the spirit that agreed. This is in the CRA GH, where we can present the best right from creation. I told you that if we have to always save, almost all the time, save that which we create, it has to be the more quality appearance or our most appealing spirit. Now I present to you from my Mission and Ministry channel, the great KWASI BEKOE, on this note, what currently the update for BTC, which is one cryptocurrency, comparing to what the transaction in USD, where you have 67,366, that making the standing place for how much one Bitcoin is selling. Now we're also talking about the USDT. The transaction has been very stable when it comes to USDT, having no such fluctuation to say maybe devaluation in the USD. One USD is one USD. It is what it is. Now we also have the sport and fiat, and with the mobile transact, like such area is the main business where you can buy and sell, and then you release that asset, and that is very nice to have the trade business sport. Now you can find us also with currently $1 to the country GH Earth is actually 101.01. That is 1 point something you want to know. So we just really in the month to say the year, even as it stands right there. You're right. Just watch carefully that we have 11 cities, 01 pesewa. However, to just as it is in USD, that is a very proper place of standing to talk about the January and the February. These are the most powerful kingdom, and the colors actually very well appealing to the screen. This is myself having to talk about being nonce. So being answer, and also have that for the esnandin, esnanib, all of that. There are some wonderful aspects and packages that we have that you need somebody to talk about or lecture here. Now watch carefully. If one Bitcoin is selling at $67,366, which is USD, and then converting to the very city value, we have about 741,988 cities, which conversion would be approximately, just say in 742,000, if we have to say that. That's probably, you're talking of how much? You got a lot of money. That is about 7 point something billion cities. Yeah, if you don't know what the value for 700 here, one place of one of the 7 is 1 billion. So just multiply how many hundreds do we have in this. That is to make it 7 billion all cities, and you only have it as 700,000 cities in our way. So this is how we've been able to cry nothing out but the loudness of business, appreciating who do you want to say is the best on the channel. If not for what I can do, my little best is what I'm offering, that I don't need to shout. Why do I have to shout? Every best details. Now let's take a look at how much it is, or very much important role that we have the very Bitcoin or the cryptocurrency market doing when it comes to your bank and internet, and why it is so important if you have had somebody lecture or set you up, just to understand a world in the light. A world digitalization is, this is what we say, light working, so that you only simply need a mobile phone with internet before you can get on the go. So you don't just do WhatsApp me, WhatsApp that. No, what is necessary is this. And we didn't have to just come up with a name as necessary. You want to say loudness. What has it got to do with your stay understanding in business, especially in the Lord? Whatsoever it is in the Lord, a business, except that which the Lord threw away, which won't count here. And I don't come and talk about such things commonly. So what do you mean? What am I talking about? Watch here. If I have to put out those things, and then myself, my name, and my video, completeness, complete name and completeness is right here. What do I care about? You know, when you understand what they're saying, cryptocurrency, it shouldn't take you out of the box, especially when it comes to what you do. The law is for a business, and the law is a business. What is the business with the law? Do this, don't do this, do this, do not do this, pick this up, do not pick it up. That is a business. So whatever leads to the doctrine and profit for the business of day and night, that's the Lord's business. You will say that any creation came into this world for something else who is lazy. They didn't make any business with no understanding to what a poor man or somebody's mind thinking. You also need to know that if you should go into such area. Now this one has nothing risk talking about. It is just something that is holding the very value for dollar or asset, how much you probably buy it now, and then look at what, how much it is. Let's look at comparing. You know, this is a long time and long-term kind of business and then investment idea and plans. But some of you, where you claim you have faith going to church for 2 years or 20 years, but you don't have the faith of keeping maybe just one city in doing this. I don't think I've had to mention that I have one city or something. I'm saying that I have had to do this sometime, and I know this way the aspiration, like getting the business so that it will just move the family who you didn't see anyone doing it, and I came doing it for the first time. So I'm almost every time the record set up to the level and breaking record. This is my home and the country in which I live and on this earth. That's my work. Now I can lead you to an area where the Lord have nothing to do in that business. Which part of this you want to say is not the Lord's doing? The design or what? Or the names or the letters? It is only going to be affecting somebody when you are doing it on robbery cases, like things that is against the law. When you take the 10 commandments or whatsoever, any bad thing, what do you even refer to bad? Whatever is not appreciated, maybe in your home, outside the home, in the country, outside the country. These are such things. So you can only apply universal law. So this being answered, as you want to say, Binance, whatever, I tell you what the name is when it comes to the healing. This is what it is. Now look at the prices for now as you think it is. No, the prices here can change. You know, it is update, floating up and down. That's how it is. But it maintains what? It maintains a significant what? Value that cannot easily change. However, watch what happens. Watch here. Let's get to the internet and do such things. Let's find out if we can do that well. Like there's some of the things I just put out there that we may see it as the Lord doing. Now, if you pick out the Bible and you don't see Matthew and all of that in the business, then what are they doing? What were they doing? In the fisheries, in the tax, in the poor, in the crafty and carpenters. Was that not the business and money? This is what you are doing about. Even the one who give you the word, through in that word, he is the main focus for either the leading you astray or there's a misunderstanding, because you have to decode the word before interpretation. You cannot just simply say that the word says this and you read and with your plain mind come, it means you really say come. Let's decode the word come and you see it will take you to what you don't know. That is the source. If I decode it, you even say it in the Nkonya language. Yeah, that's it. Even that's it. That's why the angels, they told you they are hearing, yet they are watching you, they are with you. Just that if you don't cross to that lane, the rule they set up, you just be with them like the air is with you. They are with you in the earth, but you are not seeing them. Yet it makes your mind think that heaven can be as you are seeing far away. That's what you're thinking. However, they being with you right here on this earth. But it is on your mindset that you might have to travel trillions of kilometers away before you get to heaven. It doesn't do that with the spirit. As for the spirit, they can just equally say that you are in that place right there and you are right there. without time delay. Now, what is the important role here? Let's look at what it is for the Binance and its system. Let's look at it. Let's take a walk, because you need to understand how you can apply this to the business as you do with the Lord. What kind of business do we have or engage ourselves with the law or the Bible? If the Bible makes us naked, then who do you think has to cover us? There any wise kingdom that will cover us in our nakedness? That's the only kingdom we want to talk about, to say that is who you will say cover you. And the same word in the Bible says what? They covered some of them. So let's go on that level. Let's look at this. Let's just look at this. This won't be my enemy doing it. No. This in Konya, US, heavens, and on every place on earth that the Lord says, let it be. So watch carefully. If I have that kind of honor, watch here. Watch here. We've been trying this out, but how to pay money again before I get through the conversation line, as it cannot fail. So, in the very timeline, watch carefully. I want to take us to the level here, so that what I don't expect is that even we have had to design and name it, title it. I just did it right now. You know, I have to do it on the HD and standard, so that whatever we're missing out there is also on. Let's it like review when I go for this. Let's see that. Let's get to it. So we would have to, let's get through it quickly. Yes, this is how we want to have it. Yeah, we just simply want to have it like this, like the most beauty, as the same design did for my DVLA speeding on the path is this. The path on which I walk is the wealth. So that if I wear the blue colors and see the design, almost every color here, have to appreciate what I'm doing. This is what we call cryptocurrency. And you need to understand that this is a company of what? Many that came to level and build. And I talk about LCF, I talk of many, I talk of the pioneer. That is what the pioneer, which you call pire or pine. And I don't want to mention it the way you understand certain things. Just want to say how we build, and those days we've no profit from that. Yet we've made it. So it's become a name. So every company you've ever built on the network, they know those who did it. So as for the acknowledgement, we won't be left out, because it's our own ID, our phone number, everything. You know, most of the thing, like there was a network, 5 billion network that I built for many years. We were there. Anytime something is ready for cash out, then they run away. Then they corral the system to another thing. But for Pioneer, all of that, Pioneer, I have money that I have to receive it. They failed to release. That's in a level. They failed to migrate it. Yet I've passed through every KYC, everything. And then that moment, I have had to wait and until they can carry all the phones that I have. So in that case, you see that what I've worked for have gone in the stolen hands of somebody. And that is not a vision of the law. To say I built what the thing would take 1 month to migrate, you fail to do it. And then you waited until you have your path to say you are the one looking for the place of somebody, which you don't know. How do I build? And I don't get it. And if I come and war at you, you want to say you agree or disagree. All these companies that I mentioned, they know it. Because we made them very large. Very large. That's how I built companies like Premier, Happy Omega. All these things became certified result before approval with science, license and certification to operate. So entirely an education, institution, organization, well-thinking level with people maturity, having all class of people, never to say we just mean to do wrong. If I have my own value, like, I have a value. The values are the prophecies I've received, the visions, already know who I am. So it is the prophecy and the law and the heaven that you claim should be religion, and the heaven angels, they bear witness to what I am. As the Bible written say, the Lord bear them up a record that they are his own. That is angel. But for on earth, the spirit will bear witness to you that you are that person who also came. That is what it is. So spirit on earth will have to agree. If it doesn't agree, that means heaven too is in the same lapses. So that's what it is that we've been having this kind of war as you might just look at it to think it's a joke. It's not like that. Watch here. Now, cryptocurrency provides a decentralized, secure, and borderless digital financial system. What do we mean? There is no breach or break. Once you are through, or once you are originally connected, once you meet a requirement and verify, it makes the system allow it to work or flow. Now, how do you flow? Here we got to say flowing. Now, allowing that to what? To exceed, go beyond, or get to what? The level that you speed or walk through something or walk by. And what do? You get out of the truth and you get to the origin. Where is the origin? Maintaining position, maintaining law, order, regulations. How it is? Traditional banks to enable fast, low-cost international transfers, and then acting as what? A potential inflation hedge. You know, to get to the level of understanding on the mission for such business, you really need somebody to do this. You don't understand. That's why you lead people astray even when you claim you have been trained. Such things, you just have to what? Understand it. If one person understands, then that which was even denied later is explained right now. So watch here now. They increase financial accessibility. It makes it what? Easy accessible. How? Once you have your own cell phone, that you will not need 10,000 people to access data or their services from individuality through, or maybe in your system. That you have it one-on-one, encryption, P2P, and all of that. So that it makes very, very simple how investment should or work or transact. Now, you'll be surprised that offers what? Investment opportunities for high returns. Like you do this, the fiat, where you have the buy and sell, like you trade, you buy a weight at a price that probably go a little high. Maybe you buy something at 130 and then you're selling at 130.20, then you sell. So that when you sell, you have your 130 and then you have the 20 peso. That is the business where you cannot say it's a trade, the kind of what, it's not robbery. That is business. And then there's a condition for doing many things. Now, and also enhance transparency, journeyed blockchain technology, so that the system has been designed such that they won't rob you. How you see it going, so you have to get to that place you are sending it. Once you understand how you are expected to receive it, how they push it from the source to you, that's how it has to come. It must not change. Now, key aspects for this very important cryptocurrency that includes one. First of all, you need to know decentralization and control. How system works, the distribution, the way sources, and all of that. How secure and allowing system and to control. How you receive, you accept, you got to do this and that. Now, these you want to know. They operate independently on such mission for the level central banks and governments, and then providing users with what? Greater ownership and what? Control over their assets. What you have on your system or on your account is managed by yourself, with you controlling everything. How you release it, how you receive something, it is based on your doing, understanding. That should keep the control. That's why it's centralized, or it is centered on what you have been given as a training that you have acquired. This is why it's beyond University of Ghana and all of that. Because if you have gone to school to study what doesn't trade in the world, it is just you use the time very unwisely, as it won't trade or operate. So what you need to understand is that don't get off the purpose for that which the Lord gave you. There are some of the things that we refer to as side issue or attaché. Those ones, you may be on the line, it's just supposed to be like, oh, an encounter. Encounter won't be what you expect. That can be a part of the mission generation, but maybe not mainly your purpose. However, once you have knowledge that you were somewhere on the line, you didn't see Android phone. Now Android phone came and you begin to want it. That is what I'm saying. So when you have it, then you want to know how it is used, things you can manage to use that for. That's it. So that it becomes what you have that you manage, and what you have and manage that you control, and you keep it how it should work, and then the understanding what basis you have it. Now, financial inclusion and then accessibility. Now, anyone with internet access can use what? Cryptocurrency. This also makes what? Provision for bypassing certain protocols, certain rules that even deter you from what? Having that level of speed. You need to have something that if you want to travel travel a country, you don't need to carry any money with you on you. You don't have to have any bank account in those countries. Then you already know. You have to have those area. Already you have those places. Your cryptocurrency account is operating those countries. So when you get to such places, already in a business that they'll tell you, you either pay with maybe Bitcoin, cryptocurrency, this and that, or USDT, or whatever, or you convert direct cash for this and that. These are the things. That's what makes sure. That makes the crossing to the level the Lord need. The Lord didn't say that anytime something new pops up, he should hear it. No. He rather said what? New idea, new knowledge, things that are very new, that will pop up. So you cannot generalize it and center it on your faith, belief, or that little religion. No. Already I told you they claim religion. They have spoiled many things for lack of knowledge. That's what is written by the Bible. But what would you know that you spoiled? What have they created out of the Bible? Ask yourself. They're keeping it 2,000 years, 10,000 years, 1 year, 2 years. Just their generation, 30 years, 20 years, 10 years. What have you created? From the book that claims we've created this heaven. You are seeing that one sun created every day up there. One moon created, you are seeing it. And other stars that the white people make possible that you may know their name. Or look at on your screen. You are seeing there, who have created something more. Except they tell you who are continuously creating something. Technology, everything new. That's very well. That's very well. Now, to understand that, removing traditional banking barriers, like to trade, maybe you go to the normal bank, you go to the bank, you have maybe 10 people to be served, maybe one at 15, let's say one to be given 15 minutes, even if that is a delay for anything. So that you look at how many 15 minutes we have in 1 hour, and to serve only 10 people, it takes the whole 24 hours only to make them to look like we are working. And other times too, the network and other things. But there are obviously reasons for those things happening. How you cannot trust in any man is the reason. That's the result. Sometimes they may have hideous things that they are doing with yourself, like your personal or self ID. That's why when you appear, then they are in shake. And they want to have other things working, which is not the purpose for the main bank who built it. And they need a proper check and monitoring for such things. If you really understood how many people you should have saved or attended to, as they have their own money, that money is not your money. So when the bank receives such money from you, they invest in cryptocurrency also to get profit earning and sharing with you on that which you have agreed on, that they hope that also their business will not fail. If not, they will owe you a big time and a challenge they cannot bear it. So to have all this in crossing these barriers, such are the most important needs to understand the word and providing financial service to the unbanked. Like there are some people who don't even have a bank activities. Yet whatever you need to have activated your verification or activated your account with is the same requirement. Mostly, even what you take to do these kind of things, it would have been that, yeah, why not? You have to have the bank account. You can have it. Because they will ask you for some IDs that make it possible. Why not? So that they are also saying that you can bypass those ID or documentation that certify your reality and originality. You cannot say you have this company bypass it. No, you need it. Even that's why you need it more. So once they certify your result with these things, you have that authority to say that the Lord indeed make it happen. So that's it. So don't take also advantage of doing the right thing and saying maybe this company favor you in doing wrong thing. Not at all. This place is high. Just that they want you to understand having your own bank at hand, controlling with your own things, and security is with the Lord and the Lord. That's it. How they work on this. Now, point 3 says what? Fast and cheap transactions. Now, these they facilitate near instantaneous, cost-effective cross-border payments, reducing the time and cost compared to what? Transactional, like wise transfer. Do you understand it? Let's say how much maybe a bank will charge you for what you are sending abroad into a country. Maybe you're going to pay, they'll say $100 on maybe when you look at it, maybe your $1,000 or $1,500 or $2,000. That money, when you convert it to your country, you see that it's going to be something. However, when you take a look at sending $10 and you paying $1, then you understand what they are also doing. Do you get it? However, that won't be that much when you are doing this. The speed, there's a kind of speed that they operate on, which is working with the highest technology system. And they have a spirit, every other thing that makes something work without falling. They are the one working there. That's what I'm saying. So don't take advantage of a wrong thing and think that you have done the wisest present place. No, that's not right. So get to understand that the Lord won't say that we shouldn't go into any business that should do that which any general or any man should do on earth whilst you are in flesh. Don't have the church destroy your dreams, vision, or encounters. Because these are for what? Purpose. What do you mean is understanding? The church take money from people and promise them. After that, church taking money. Let's say when the church taking money, they are on many conditions. But the church taking money is not that they are going to give it to you when you look at what they are doing this day. But those days, hospitality. You go and eat free when truly you live a youthful life according to the law and you work. When you don't have it, they have to give you for free. That is a replacement. Not to say that we have a church that say bring 10,000 and then the Lord, we hope that He will give you 1 billion. That is not a business with the Lord. Only a few of them have it according to how it is law given. And of course, some of them too, they have to test the spirit. So if it's a spirit that communicates to them and then they do it, so the judgment is with what? He and the spirit and then the third party. That's what it is. However, also watch. I'm using however how many times? Also watch carefully that you won't do this against somebody very righteous who may have power also given, as you may think. So just note what is happening and don't do it to what? A fellow. Because what we are having on the channel, it won't be a joke. Yes, it won't be a joke. So let me even do this. Mobile, and then, okay, so I won't even add money to it. So like, because the word money is it's different spirit, as I'm saying. So it should be from mobile to mobile, and that's what I'm simply saying. Like that's the fiat mode, or the sport wallet to wallet. These are the things. Or buying from somebody, on the sale. That's simple. So when you are buying from somebody on sale his dollars, you are releasing physical cash, which is digital, from your wallet. And when he's also looking forward to buying your dollars, he is also looking forward to what? Releasing physical currency or cash to you, which is digital. That is virtual cash, which is the mobile transact and all of that. You have to see it digitally when you send it digitally. Yet when you made a debit, it has to come to your hand physical or any other way that is accepted in your country. That's what I'm saying also right there. So that's what we're saying. Now here, watching carefully. Now investment and capital gain. This is a purpose. Now cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin are used as investments or speculating assets. Yes, sometimes having money that you don't know where to keep, you can have such an account and leave it for a business that will be yielding, working. Yeah, or just for security reason, you have no place to keep it than that place. And very, very critical security and other things working. So Binance, what you heard it, Binance is this, working so excellently. For how long I've known it, is working well. You see that some companies came along the light and then you don't hear about them. But this one came and it works. So as for my kingdom, my account is verified. Like, you can't do any business on their service or networks with no such verification. That's why we say whatever we can use or tell you, we are verified ourselves. So you couldn't come up and say, I'm the one hiding, running away, when my identity is up there. When digitalization, everything, I am verified. Or even on the screen, you don't see myself and my photos and my works. Don't we see it? Where am I running to? If I've had prophecy that the Lord said I'll travel international places, what has that got to do with your kind of business, that you are not that same person like myself? And the prophetess and the prophets, all of that, every one of them, any spiritual level, they prophesy, they have vision. Almost every one of us telling it. January is the Sunday night. What else are we saying? So that this makes what? This makes what capital, the investment and capital gain. So when you invest, you are saying what? You invest purposely for what? Capital gain. Now, you tend to this, that cryptocurrency and Bitcoin like that, use as what? Investment or speculating asset. Now, you can use it to what? To prosper. That's what it means also. Now, with what? With the potential for high returns. so that you can push out there this amount. And then the importance for keeping something in such a thing that is digital, yet the doing is practical. That's what the word of the Lord is. The word looks text like this to you, but they're saying that the doing should be what you are even communicate over or what you eat. The same word it is. So don't make the word become text, but let it be according to what, how it is reserved. Come and create. Come and see the soul. You didn't know the soul, yet you are preaching against the soul, or you're preaching for the soul. And they said, who is the soul? The soul is a human being that is in the light, who will appear in the flesh again when you do it well. That is what it is. So I'm living with them. I live with them in the light, in their flesh. You don't see them. Like the prophet will be seeing those things. Yes, I'm the only generation who came and they can see prophets in the past, the Lord himself, the angels, real Lord, not somebody fake angel. Because I am the one living, I have the life. We made it. So the vision, the RV, the television is on, so that they are also watching, and they are telling what they are watching. That's what it is. If you didn't make it possible, it will never work. Now watch here. Here also the protection against inflation. You see, sometimes you can have your money fixed, at the point you may want to say you have $1,000, and then at the time it's $1,000, and then you buy a certain asset valuing maybe the future, which you don't have to lose it. It has rather the right to increase you, so that even in future time coming, if the $1,000 has been reduced to, let's say, $999, it won't affect you, the one who have, let's say, $1,000, who have a profit to return, as maybe you gain maybe 2,000, like you gain maybe $200 in addition. It won't affect you at the time you have purchased those things. But when you just leave it on a certain condition, when the devaluation or depreciation affects the entire company, it affects your money too, even in your own account, like the banks will be doing sometimes. Yeah, that's what it is. So you have to, these are the business understanding, not Jesus, not Jesus, not God. When you bring Jesus and God and Jesus, and then they come and do opposite this work, they are the failure. Do you understand? Because another person, Jesus, God, or Yeshua, or angels, won't do it the same way. And that comes with what you have not understood in the level of business to know what the Lord is saying. In the word, a prophet may see well, a prophet may not see well, yet they've all witnessed something. A prophet may prophesy and it will work, another one prophesy, it won't work. Are they not prophets? They are prophets. But the Lord is the one who said, he will let this one see, yet he will make him a liar. You see how the Lord is. That's how you should understand the Lord's business. And he said, for this other person, he will let him see it, and it will not fail to happen. Why? Because there's a relationship, how they did it. How they did it. How you allow yourself to be used in the powers. Now watch here. So that this is the purpose for inflation and then protection. That you won't say that you have $1,000 and then you end up eating it up. Yeah, that's also inflation. To eat it up, other than letting it work something out for you. Yeah, because you let it lazy state or idle without working, so you may eat it. But when you have it also fixed, sometimes those are the security and protections. Yeah, look at the risk. So the risk that you don't need money, yet you need it. That you also want to fix it, and at least it will earn something. So that's LTV earn. They were going to talk about this. Now, in regions with unstable fiat currencies, let's say when a dollar is 11 city 01, maybe peso today, or in the next few seconds, it will change to maybe $12. Like I'm saying, I know, this one I'm using it for something. Of course, you understand. When you see 01, it means it's heading to, or maybe it will be 00 to the maintenance of 11. That's what it is. So that's so I say it so that to control it like that. And watch here, that it won't affect the system. So watch that they serve as a store of or a store for value. What you have purchased this time, how to get it to the level, even in the end, no matter how long it takes, except the time schedule is up to the lapses, and hedge against high inflation. So that anything, whether something is going low or something in a fall, like to cost, a cost that you should have purchased this at 1,000 cities or $1,000, and then later it is selling at, let's say, what you should have purchased at $1,000 is selling around $1,002. That is how, that's the difference. That's what it is. Yes. And that against high inflation. Now, another point is security and transparency. Now, built on blockchain, you have to understand blockchain. So blockchain technology and then transactions are immutable and then transparent and also secure. So that's the assurance given that if they say Yeshua will return, he has to return in the funds, in the work. We don't have to say secure and security or security and transparency and then you don't see it work the way it is. So when the Lord by his own tongue or word reserved in the prophet and it is doing opposite, that is how you have to judge it. You won't tell me that he's the Lord. The law is what he has reserved with the prophet in those books, hoping to see it physical. So if you're unable to make it happen, you don't say it's religion to believe. We don't believe anything there. What we have to see is what? That it will work. And your workout is going to also what? Show that indeed you did what the Lord has instructed. You are not a virgin and you are hoping to see a virgin. Why is a virgin on your path? That's not a supposed dream. All right, to this. Again now, enabling digital economies like you said, mobile money transaction, that they told you how to learn to operate, pay money without going physical money on mobile, so that you're only seeing learning, even how to master it, how to skillfully get to those things, having no side issue as just learning almost every time, so that you get said that somebody carry your money physically from your hand. So you made it. When you are difficult in understanding certain things or not learning, the Lord allowed the thing to happen like that. So hope that you will not do anything that the Lord say, thou art a Solomon book. You know, in Solomon book, wise and then, all right. In Matthew, wise virgin and then, yes, I have it in the silence. And that only the one who is learned will understand it. Because that's it. Yes. Also right there, check here. So that we have they facilitate new models, including decentralizing finances for this word. This word, decentralized finance, that is the D-A-F-I. What do I mean A? That is what you want to say E, but you know it's A. That is it. And then non-fungible tokens, which is also NFTs. All these things for you to understand. Sometimes I don't say, oh, you don't know this. No. Somebody, the one who created this word, unless you understand what he's saying or what he's referring to as these letters, don't say that, oh, this person doesn't know anything. No. In that case, you don't judge like that. What he created, he has named it. So you cannot go and give him or benefit of the doubt. He has made his own thing. Don't go and say he doesn't know this. No. There are certain things you can't judge with your Lord or belief. It doesn't affect them in doing things. He created what is functioning. It is not your Lord or religion that created. And watch here. I hope you get this point. And what? And in some cases, you want to say pay or peer. You want to say peer, but it's pay to pay. And payment for goods and services. These are the things. Now, while sometimes used for daily transactions, they are high volatility or volatility. Now, often positioned there as what? More as long-term investment or store for value. So that's it. That if you place one city with this person, I hope tomorrow, if I ask for 2 cities, I will have it. That's strategic placing things. That's what it is. Now, let's look at what it is also when the value we have over there. We also shown some few things. Let me see that in right here. We're trying to look at get it right there. The map of my enemy can't show. Let's see what I'm doing. If you can do what I'm doing on such a level, let's see this. I want to do something. How the devil? How the enemy are there? I do something. So watch carefully. What am I doing? I want to look at showing this transaction. You know, we have it already showing. I made it available. That we need it at a time like this. You know, I've been trying to do such things that it won't fail. Come out here. So watch carefully that which I'm saying. Yeah, this is what I'm trying to say. Look at it. Watch here. Let's say that you have what I have mentioned. So this is the internet base is for what I try to ask for based on the exchange rate from this day, let's say February 12, you said this day 12 is working something. 2026 we got for, let's say, 67,366 US dollars is approximately 741,988. To say simply in a round figure, 742,000 this country cities. When you convert how much one Bitcoin is selling, this is the value in this. And we are looking at, we have to look at understanding how much Bitcoin came selling first, and those who buy it, and how much is it selling now. Then you look at the profit margin. That's what you understand, the long term and short term issue. All right, get it. So this is what we're simply saying. You know, if nobody look at it, when we have 1 USD is today's in city 11.01. That is it. So that's exactly what we should understand. As this day per our greatest work. Enemy out of it. Okay, let's see this. Well, that's all right. My house, this very house. So like you dreaming, you thought it's dream. Now, but I created these things. I've created it. So it cannot just be what you dreaming. It is a reality to have it like that. How we follow that? We won't say there is such a thing and then we are not saying it. If the Lord says it's a dwelling place, or he has a place that's beautiful, yes, you have to have it. Or you don't have the state built to the standard for what they are and how clean they are. That shows practically in their works. How the Bible says, and the apostles are artificers. You know how many times I told you that L? So whatever I have to do with, let's say, design whatsoever the language that may bring L, that's what LTV is about. Like that. Simple like that. You want to say simple? Well, let's see this. And now don't show this. Well, let's go get for this. Let's get something else. Let's give you this. I have something else to show in here. Let's get it. Well, look at this part of the game where we have well. It's already live as you know it. That it kind of get it anyway. Release it out of this place. So whatsoever you do, they said, do it with what? His light and guidance. So what do you think? It is when we talk about reality here. And then somebody thinking is opposite. Like when you go to talk about what business concerns the Lord, for lack of knowledge, you are cursing the business. You are saying once it's not being taught or not created by the one who lead your church or prophet or maybe your teacher, it means it's a curse. That's what you do. Because your judgment. What is the spirit saying about what somebody's work is? Who are you? What your level of understanding that you may not curse somebody's work, whereas it's not called a curse. You know that anybody whose work you try to curse, they may have authority from a certain level to turn over, but you lose greatly because you may have lost something greatly. So don't let somebody deceive you and claim you are old man, whereas we are not old man. We are not being led by the things that make somebody old. Of course, that's not what I'm showing. I'll try to do this. Let's leave that side. Let me get off that place. Let me just show the side here. It's live. I don't have to worry. I don't have to really worry. Let's get it here. I was looking at something. Let's select those things. And even I was looking at my Binance account, you know, where we're trying to show the live. I don't want to go on the desktop direct like that. So I just want to maintain what we're doing here. You know, for such is the Lord's understanding. There you would have known. So already we have all that I want to say is already up there. So let's look at how much was Bitcoin. So how much that understanding business investment strategy. That's what I want to show. That is different. How much was Bitcoin? Bitcoin when it started. It was. Oh, what is this? Yeah, when it started. When it started what? When it started the business. How much was it in dollar? Like sales, buying. How much was it selling? So you have to understand when somebody introduces the business to you, then there's a hope that it will increase. That's the main purpose. Let's say if you had purchased something at $1,000 and then the hope didn't work, it means you have lost. Yes. when you promises something, so it is. So let's look at it. When it started, let's see how much in dollars. In dollars, I just want us to understand what it says, business understanding, so that you don't lead people with your religion. You are misleading people. You don't have to do that. Or those people, don't they go to church? At least don't they belong a certain society? Yet you come and see almost every one of them in one grouping, leading one goal. That's it. I don't have to have somebody try to talk too much and loudness about the channel where they have not been given what we're saying. Now watch here. So that when Bitcoin was first launched in January, look at the miracle. In January 2009, it has no assigned market value or price. Now watch. It was a peer-to-peer experiment, like I was just saying, hoping that this will be strategically working for this like that. So that somebody can say, I'm selling Bitcoin at 2 cities. And then I hope that somebody also come and buy it at 3 cities. That's what made the price to that level. So that it was just selling and building like that. Now watch here. That experiment in what? Cryptography, and meaning it was worth effectively what? $0. You say, so that's how it started. $0. And somebody just saying, oh, on a zero account. I want to say that I assume that something will make my account maybe 1 or 2. Or why not agree with this and that? That we will have this person, this thing, and then it will turn to 1. That's it. Now, here are the keywords. Look at what they have to say. Look at it. Now, initially, value that's 2009. For most of the 2009, Bitcoin was not traded on any exchange. You see, to say first of all, you have to buy, and it won't be for any exchange or trade or for any profit, than hope that it will become what the people were having as vision, mission. That's it. So there's a mission and vision that until they work, you won't say that complete or anything. So if Yeshua promises return of any angel or somebody and you haven't returned, they have never any right to come and claim somebody's flesh to be their flesh. We want to see their own flesh. How you see it as a prophet, what the Lord is showing you, I don't see it. So if you are saying I'm the same person, I don't want to agree. I want to see it. Am I not also a human being? Don't make us a ghost and claim somebody is a human being. My spirit power should work out the best. Now watch here. Now, first recorded transaction October 20, that is 2009. The first known price set also what? X, the new Liberty. You see that the name? Liberty, that's what? Liberator. That is what? For even the same USA. So what makes it begin like this? Or become something like this? Come out. Out of this. Right away. So whatever. I'll see him. Get out of here. That's it. So that we watch carefully, that was Liberty Standard Exchange. That was what? $1 to what? So they were having this $1, valuing it to what? Equals what? 1309.03 Bitcoin. This is how they started it. How is it that they will have $1 selling at the value of what? This, when it has nothing to say, is the reason you can say, let's say, will be on this network, but whoever will join the network, $1 on this network is worth this amount. This is exactly what they did. Do you understand it? Only $1. $1 should be selling at what amount? This amount. And when you now round this amount into the dollar that we use as USD, then you know how much dollar it will contain. You understand that? Only $1. We are saying $1. If you want to join this club here, $1 should first sell. Let's say it should be equal to this amount. So that if you also want to join here with $1, this is the said amount it should be selling in return. Yes, that is it. This amount. When you take a look at it, how much dollars do you want to have? 1,309.03 Bitcoin. Do you agree? How do you want to turn one to be millions or several millions in one? Converting $1 that we just want to say $1. You are saying it should be. We are selling $1 at this price. That's a value, creating wealth. And then this meant 1 Bitcoin was worth what? Approximately, look at it, 0.00076. Do you understand it? Then to the level when they turn it opposite. You are saying it like this. Do you agree? That $1 in Bitcoin here should also be what? Devalued to this level. That's what they did. So you see, when they devalue it, then they increase the cost in a new currency. So that now, let's say with $1 they devalue it to what? To be 0.00076. So cent. They devalue what? $1 to 0. Not even 1 cent. 0.0076 cent. You understand it? Not even 1 cent. That's how they devalue their own money and have it selling higher price to this very hot Bitcoin. That's what they did. So first of all, to first go to the lowest and then having a value price for that which it is. They say $1. So $1 is this, they have devalued to the level like this. Who can understand it? Except what I've mentioned. Was I just, even to say the names and things they did, will show what I'm saying. That's it. To have $1 to be nothing. That we want to say, if you have $1 on this network, we want to say that before you can trade, it's a strategy that before you can trade with $1 to us on this channel is what? Is 0.00076 cents. So that look at how many dollars you want to have, that will become $1 value. It means 0. You multiply this. Let me see how many dollars. Let's do that which I'm saying. You probably have to know it. Let's see how many of these will make $10. Just look at this. How many of these plays? Yeah. Okay. How many of these are in $100? This value. Let's do that. So how many of 0.0076? That's what I'll do, so that you understand what I'm saying. 0.00076. Even that goes to the 13. You see, even that's originally like what I was saying. So there's something original how they do. That's a strategy. So how many of 0 point, let's say 0.00076 let's say 76 are in $100, or let's say we'll make $100. The same one is it, they have devalued to this level. $100. That will make $100. Yeah, we'll make $100. That's what exactly it is. So I'm just showing how things have been. So if you don't have this understanding, and look at when the understanding came today, like until I open it, so that you don't understand. That's what I say. If it's without understanding, how do you mean? What do you want to do? So that's where it comes to agreement, that we want to build a blockchain like this. This is how, if you want to buy anything that is what, let's say $1 on this channel, we are saying your $1 is valued at what? 0.00076, which means that with your $1 you can't buy anything on the platform which is $1, except you have several $1 into one thing that will make the value. Now watch here. So that will be what? Look, based on the current data, look at it. That 0.00076 Bitcoin is worth what? Approximately $51. You get it? So that's what it is. Look at the same. $51 to what? To make $100 from this amount. Do you understand it? So it means also that half, even not to say half, how it is, I've just mentioned, I've told you already, that $1 is devalued to be what? To that level and like this. So this one, it was not supposed to be, this one is a continuous data for dollar. So I want just, you know that they use it for their default for Bitcoin. So let me do it what I was saying. So how many dollars? So if $1 equals this, that's what I can say. If $1, if $1, I just have to do it. If $1 equals, so that's what I'm doing. If $1 equals